Hey Leo, and welcome to your February 2021 general tarot reading. This could apply to your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. The messages could always go vice versa, so switch it around to the way it resonates best with you. These are intended to be predictive, but everybody is on a different timeline, so you could have already went through this, be going through this, or will be going through this. If this kind of resonates but doesn't fully, check out your other natal placements and check back in a couple weeks and see how it resonates with you then. All right, Leo. What you sad about? What are you confused about? It's like you've just been, I just heard slow motion. It's like things just aren't progressing quickly enough. And I understand for Leos, it's pretty hard to have patience. It's just like you guys have like a natural gift of claircognizance. You just know things. And then it's like being told what gift you're getting and then having to wait for it. I just heard premonition. So you may have been having premonitions, or if you don't realize it, you could be having them and not even be aware that that's what you're experiencing. And it may be coming through, dream state. It could be coming through just a inner knowing. Like you just know. You don't know how, but you just know. Anywho. So, and you may be experiencing telepathy between people that you care about, even possibly people you don't really connect with, or that, so just be careful that you're not getting hung up by picking up other people's thoughts and emotions and not being able to decipher what is yours to transmute and what is not yours to carry. So I was hearing, I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. And I know I'll get criticism for this, but Leos are very honest individuals. Now, obviously, there's going to be some, bad apples in the bunch. And it obviously doesn't apply to all Leos. But as a general census, Leos are brutally honest in a lot of ways. Too honest. A lot of times it's very hard for people to handle Leos because Leos tell the truth, sometimes not realizing how sharp it is, because it's intended to come from a good place. And it's oftentimes other people take offense to it because they feel it's being critical or judgmental of them. But that's not the place that the Leo intended it to come from. So I feel like you may be being accused or feeling like you've been accused or excluded in certain scenarios in your life because you're so honest. Like, it's like, or another thing I'm thinking is like, you may have went through an experience of where you were unfairly accused or presumed to be a certain person or have done a certain thing, or you could be dealing with somebody who is going through this also. And it's like, hey, look, I know I'm not perfect, and I know I could have done better, or I know I fudged up when I did this, but the extreme that you're going to with this is inaccurate and false. So it's like, be careful, because anything you say can and will be held against you. There's some kind of surprises. I don't know what that was. There's some kind of surprises coming in. And then out of nowhere, I was hearing down by the bay where the watermelon grow, back to my home, I dare not go, because if I do, my mother would say. So you could be dealing with somebody who is afraid to tell you the truth, or feels like they let you down by not standing up for the truth. Then I was hearing Darwinism, which is the theory of evolution of species by natural selection. This was advanced by Charles Darwin. And I had also heard chameleon, karma chameleon. So you could possibly be dealing with somebody who has evaded being caught, maybe they've done a good job keeping the truth from you. Maybe it's that this person acts like they're God and they just run around doing whatever they want and seem to have no consequences. And then I heard Aztec and the Aztec Empire, or the Triple Alliance, an alliance of 3. So you could be dealing with 3 people that have formed some kind of malicious alliance against you, or you could be coming into alliance with 3 other individuals, or 2 if it's including yourself. And then I was hearing cleave, which is to stay very close to someone, children cleaving to their families, to stick closely to something, usually used as like he continued to cleave to the beliefs of his childhood. And I can't help but notice, but it had brought up 2 examples of children. So there might be something going on with you or somebody that you're connected to where there is something of a separation with children. And I had heard serenity and majority vote. So let's say you're going to court and you've lost your children, or you went to court and somebody's lying on you, making you seem as if you're not fit, or they're better fit to have care of your children, whichever way. They are like misconstruing the facts or the information about you. And it seems like somebody is trying their damnedest to correct this and hang on for dear life to, you know, either convince others of who they are, their character and who they are as a person, or maybe they've taken like let's say this is a court situation. It could be a job situation. It could be even a relationship situation. But anywho's, if like, for example, if it were a court situation, it would be as though who's ever going through this predicament of being lied on about children may be appealing a final order of the court. And when you usually, well, from what I understand, when you take a trial court's decision to a superior court of like appeal court, there's 3 judges who review the trial court's conduct and operation of executing like your due process of law. Well, it would seem like majority vote would be in your favor. So then the conviction, or, you know, the resulting order may be overturned or modified in some kind of way. So then I heard Thomas Edison. Well, first I heard System of a Down, and then I heard Thomas Edison. So when I think of Thomas Edison, I think of light bulbs. So the light bulb's coming on, or there's some kind of illumination going on. February 11th or October, or it could just be like the 11th or the 16th. Then I heard Pulp Fiction, and then I was hearing Ice Ice Baby. So I decided to look up lyrics. All right, stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme, I rock the mic like a vandal, light up the stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance, go rush to the speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Okay, so anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it, you better gangway. You better hit the bullseye. The kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. So what I get from that is, it's like the more people try to hide the truth of yours, if this is you going through this, like the more people try and snuff out your light of truth, the brighter it burns. And even in the dark and hidden away, your truth is gaining attention. Like you just can't miss it. Then I heard hand grenade. So yeah, somebody's about ready to blow some shit up. You could be getting blown up. Like if you're in social media or doing something like trying to raise awareness maybe. And then I heard haphazardly, in a manner lacking any obvious principle or of organization. So, yeah. If this were a formal situation of, like, let's say a court procedure, somebody definitely messed up. They messed up the wording in an order. They messed up the wording in some kind of judgment. Something happened here where somebody thought that dealing with you, maybe they thought that you were slow. Maybe they thought that you would just not find a way to come back and seek justice or reprimand this individual, or they may have felt that you can't reprimand them. They made some critical errors or mistakes in what they've done in their conduct with you. And somebody else is going to see this and bring some kind of rendition or reprimand to the individual who caused this great deal of anguish or hurt in your life. So nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. And then I heard March. And then I heard 2nd. So it could be March 2nd or March. And then the 2nd of whatever month. The details are in the fine print. The measurement of intensity or light relative to illuminating power. I think that was, I had heard a word I'd never heard before. Like photometric. So, then I heard shot to the heart, you're too late, you give love a bad name. I believe that's by Bon Jovi. And then I heard alehouse, jailhouse. Arbitration, a form of alternative dispute resolution, is a way to resolve disputes outside of the courts. The dispute will be decided by one or more persons, which renders the arbitration award. An arbitration award is legally binding on both sides and enforceable by the courts. So if somebody's trying to pull out of the race before it's over because they've done something that would completely disqualify them. So they're trying to leave with dignity or leave with whatever they can get while they can still get it. And I do feel like whatever's going on here, this has taught you more patience, and it's taught you about having emotional reactivity to these situations. And I think that you may just like eat this person up, or like it's going to kill them, because instead of you being emotionally reactive or jumping on some kind of good deal they seem to present to you, which you know already is being presented in a false light, is going to just torment them having to wait to know the answer, because they know the clock is ticking till their truth comes out, or some kind of truth bomb that they're trying to prevent you from finding. And then I heard obtuse, which comes to us from the Latin word of obtusus, meaning dull or blunt. Can describe an angle that is not acute, or a person who is mentally dull or slow of the mind. And then abstruse, difficult to understand. The students avoided their professors' abstruse lectures. So in a legal manner, it would mean concealed or hidden out of the way, remote from apprehension, difficult to be comprehended or understood, as, say, like information that's not easily understood by the general public. Ambiguity, an example of this would be the fact of something having more than one possible meaning, and therefore causing confusion. We wish to remove any ambiguity concerning our demands. There are some ambiguities in the legislation. And then a few last of the channel messages I was hearing before we get to your reading. They were all about stones. So amethyst can represent groundedness, tranquility, and calm. The meaning of amethyst is non-intoxicated. Its name translates from the Greek word, I don't even know, lapis lazuli. Spiritual energy. Lapis is one of the oldest spiritual stones known to man, used for healers, priests and royalty for power, wisdom, and to stimulate psychic abilities and inner vision. It represents universal truth. Lapis quickly releases stress, allowing for peace and serenity. Agate is an excellent stone for rebalancing and harmonizing the body, mind, and spirit. Agate, or agate, however you say it, enhances mental function, improving concentration, perception, and analytical abilities. It soothes and calms, healing inner anger and tension, and creates a sense of security and safety. So those definitely all line up with the possibility that there's some kind of formal decision-making going on here. There has been some kind of confusion. There's been people purposely hiding your truth, and that, yeah, that's about ready to change. And I believe that they're just kind of suggesting that those stones could be of assistance to you during this process. Obviously, if you can't afford them, you can afford them. But if you can, just go to your favorite metaphysical shop or local shop and purchase them. Another point I wanted to make before I close the channeling message is that, so somebody here may have an alcohol problem and may be caught drinking and driving. They may be jailed for it. Don't have to be, but there's definitely some, or they may have a relapse and go to rehab. I'm not 100% sure, but there's definitely something coming up about that. And it may be that this person accused you of being an alcoholic and you barely drink, or it's because they're projecting onto you or trying to, it's kind of like, what's that quote? A narcissist's autobiography is what they accuse you to be, or something of that sort. I know don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's something along those lines. Anywho, we're going to go ahead and get into your cards now, so give me just a second. All right, so Leo, when it comes to your cards for your general reading of February 2021, what I'm seeing here is that there's going to be some kind of breakthrough in a situation of which there was quite a bit of chaos. It's going to come in quickly. But I think you got some kind of precognition of it, because when I think of thunder, you see the flash of light before you hear the thunder. So I do think you're just, you may have already picked up on this intuitively, or have some good understanding of what may be going on here, but no confirmation of it yet. So you're just sitting in hang time. Yeah, I do believe that your ancestors or spirit guides, whatever you refer to them as, has been telling you or informing you of some kind of important information, however it is coming to you. So we have Wild Woman here, which is perfect for a Leo. You have been going against the norm. You've been following the beat of your own drum, and you are about ready to harvest what it is that you have been fighting for. Regardless if you realize you have like some kind of distinctive goal or reward that you've been looking for. You're going to get rewarded for whatever contributions or help that you've been giving. Because there's been something going on here where you've been teaching and sharing with other people your light through your experience as you've been comprehending it. Like, you didn't take any time to slowly process or neglect the healing process of whatever conflict situation you went through here. It could be that, you just transmuted that shit straight into wisdom and divine knowing. You accelerated the spiritual ascension here. All right, so starting off the reading, we have the Five of Wands, which can represent the first deacon of Leo. It doesn't have to be. It does talk about strife, competition, jealousy, gossip, those kind of things. And it could talk about competition, like healthy competition. It's like there's a lot of chaos there. It's like everybody fighting each other. Like, there's no specific side of which you could declare in the Five of Wands as being, this is the blue team, this is the red team, or this is the good, this is the bad. It's like there's been so much misinformation or misunderstanding that nobody actually knows what they're fighting for or over to begin with. Because somebody's withheld the truth. There's some kind of throat chakra activation that needs to happen. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Could be dealing with a earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And right below that, we have the King of Cups in reverse. So the Ace of Pentacles, what that usually tells me is that, you know, you have some kind of new job offer or raise, promotion, investment, or new income. So in this context, it's almost as if somebody was fighting with you over money. Could possibly be this water sign, because we do have water sitting right next to each other. But see, the Five of Cups, I believe, is Scorpio, is a Scorpio deacon. And there's some kind of regret or something somebody's been discouraged from doing. Somebody may realize that all the effort and work they put into causing all this chaos in your life over some material gain is definitely caused them more strife than what it was worth. They could have been promised something that they never got. The King of Cups in reverse is an abusive person that has a really great ability to emotionally manipulate. So you could definitely been in one of those situations. Then we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And the Two of Pentacles could be a Taurus. Doesn't have to be. But the Two of Pentacles represents two choices, multitasking, weighing many options. Now, when it's reversed, what it means is that there's an inability to commit to something. Somebody is struggling and overwhelmed. I'm not quite for sure yet where that's going, so I'm going to keep going on with the cards and then I'll tie it in. Then we have the Tower reversed, and you could be dealing with a Scorpio. But the Tower in reverse means oppression, disaster, averted. There's some kind of oppression and disaster has been averted, security, fear of change. So there may have been something that really challenged your sense of security, emotional security, financial security, relationship security, and it is being averted. Like, it may have changed and looked like there was no promise left to be had, but it's turning around now, because then you have the Fool right underneath of that. And the Fool would be, you know, fresh hope, somebody taking chances. There's new paths and adventures beginning, so new beginnings. And then right next to that we have the Sun. You could be dealing with another Leo or children. And, you know, the Sun would represent that there's some kind of material happiness coming in, a joyous outcome and success. Above the Sun we have the Eight of Wands. You could be dealing with Sagittarius. And the Eight of Wands is usually some type of action being taken up, like speed, quick action, quick change. Some kind of news is arriving that could be enlightening you about a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn who is sitting in the reverse right here, which would be a jealous person who lacks follow through. Underneath of this we have the Devil in reverse. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, or things like the Court. So there's some kind of recovery. Somebody's leaving an abusive situation, and somebody's about ready to possibly have some fun, sexy times, or fun new beginnings, chances to make memories. So it would look like to me that instead of this two, I'm kind of seeing this more as somebody actually being able to make the choice to set one coin down. Like, there's a coin that maybe at first had seemed promising, and like that was the right path or right person to choose to side with or follow along with or go after, is now realizing this person causes, or this choice has caused them more burden than it's worth. And if they don't drop that burden, they're going to end up with a hell of a lot more grief than what they ever bargained for. There is some kind of successful new beginning if you're leaving an abusive earth sign, or if you're leaving just a toxic, abusive person in your past and moving forward, or somebody else that you're dealing with may be doing this and coming towards you. It does look like there is definitely enlightenment here. I mean, it's all over the place. There's some kind of destruction that's being recovered. So Leo, that's great. And, you know, always be the wild woman you are. Always, or wild man. Always follow your intuition, your instinct, your heart. Always lead with your heart. Fuck everybody else. There's some kind of promise here with the rainbow, too, that this will never happen again. So if this has been an ongoing problem, whatever is about to occur, I just heard March 8th. Whatever is about to occur will be the last time you're dealing with this. There will be an ultimate resolve here. So that sounds really awesome, Leo. I also do have a Patreon channel if you'd like to follow me over there. I post additional readings there, more insight, and I would love to have you over there. And for those who do subscribe, I thank you again. I really do appreciate your continued support and contributions. If you decide that that's not for you and this is where we part ways, Leo, it looks like things are finally looking up for you. So turn that frown upside down and get ready for your blessings. All right, Leo, thanks for watching.